Natural conquering! Worthless!
What is going on, guys? Death here, and today we're going to be talking Xiao. I know everybody loves Xiao, but in this video I want to give you guys my personal team composition. So we're not going to be talking about, Xiao per se, but rather the team that I like running with him and why I like running it with him. As we know, Xiao is a character that will have a lot of problems with his health. I'm not saying he's gonna die, but you will see his health going down, especially because his ultimate will indeed take his health off. So why do I build the team that I built? One, to keep Xiao alive. It's very important that I feel comfortable with him, so I don't even have to look at my health bar when I spam his ultimate, breaking everything around me. That's my main concern. I want to be comfortable with Xiao, never having to worry about his health. Two, I want to be able to have my damage boosted. Everybody loves a good old buff, so having a buffer on your team is great. So I want to have my damage boosted in case I find an enemy that might be a little bit tough. If I pop that damage boost, I will destroy it. And third, I want to make sure that I have a lot of energy, so I never have to worry about if I have my ultimate or no. As we know, Xiao has trouble with energy recharge, so we want to make sure we get a lot of kills while he's on the field and that he uses a lot of elemental attacks. So with that out of the way, let's break down the team. Kicking things off with the Wonder Boy Bennett. Why do I like him so much? It's basic. He heals and he gives you a buff. So he's my buffer. What I want him to do is increase the damage of my team. That little AoE that will heal me is also very nice, but I'm not very worried about the AoE heal because we have Barbara. But I am very worried about that increase to my attack. I kid you not, this guy can increase my damage by upwards of 1,000 attack. That's a lot of increased attack. So this guy is my buffer, really easy to get, fairly nice. If you can get him, I highly advise you do. If you can get him with one constellation, you'll be set with a buffer that is both buffer, healer, and overall a decent pyro character. Then we have the one, the only, the princess Official. I know a lot of people give her hate, but I personally believe she's one of, if not the best, support DPS in the game. Now let me tell you why. A lot of characters will give you support, but they'll have to be on the field for a certain amount of time or often in order to get their things done. With Official, I almost never have to have her on the field, and I almost never have my abilities on cooldown. I always have an Oz that I can put on the field. Now what is Oz? She puts an Electro Crow on the field that works like a turret. It will automatically attack targets and it will do a lot of damage. The way I have her built is as a support DPS, so it's all focused around Oz. Oz will do a lot of damage. I've had him do ticks of anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000. That's pretty good damage, especially if she's not on the field, often getting me kills, which will regenerate my Xiao's ultimate since he's the one that's going to be on the field. I highly appreciate the fact that it does so much damage, and a lot of times just summoning Oz with the build I have on Official will wreck a lot of the enemies. Overall, the DPS usability of this character is insane. The way she works as a support DPS is, in my opinion, the perfect definition of a support DPS, and it works very well with both Xiao, Bennett, and Barbara, allowing them all to synergize together. Now the last thing I want to talk about is Barbara. Everybody always leaves her out of the healer conversation. They always talk Jean and they always talk Chi-Chi. I want to tell you in this video why I believe that the best healer in the game is Barbara, but I do want to tell you specifically why I believe she's the best with Xiao. As I told y'all earlier, one of the main things I want to work on is making sure I never have to look at Xiao's health bar. I want to make sure that if things get serious, I can, pop a huge heal, but if it's not that serious, I still have heals while Xiao's kicking ass. So I like her because of the following reasons. She has an off the field constant tick heal, which is her E or R2. If she does this, I can switch to Xiao and he will get heals over time. This is very, very useful, guys, as it will allow you to comfortably be in his ultimate, knowing that even if you're losing health, you're going to be getting it right back. That is my number one, usability when it comes to Barbara. But if things get very, very hairy, she has a big burst heal with her ultimate. So let's say Xiao just took a big hit and he just lost 15,000 HP. He has 2 HP and he about to die. If I pop her ultimate, he will be back to full health. That, in my opinion, is the perfect definition of a healer. She has both heals, overtime and a big burst. Jean is missing that overtime heal, and Chi-Chi is missing that big burst heal. So in my opinion, this one just works so good as a healer. It's comfortable, and she just synergizes very well with Fischl, allowing them together to sometimes take out enemies. The way she synergizes with Bennett is also very nice. So overall, that's the main reason why I have her on my team when it comes to healing. Now, if we look more in depth when it comes to these characters, most of them have another agenda. When it comes to Fischl, she has a really good synergy with Barbara. Like I said earlier, both of them together a lot of times deal a lot of damage, even outputting the damage that Xiao does if an enemy is knocked down or it can't attack me at the moment. I also like the fact that when it comes to Barbara, you can put a 3-star book on her, which everyone will have guaranteed, that has HP substat, which will give her more heals, but it will also give you a boost to your attack damage. This is very, very important, guys, because it will allow her to also buff your characters just like Bennett. So she went from just being a healer to now being a healer and a buffer, just like Bennett. Overall, this team has a lot of usability, a lot of synergy, and it will allow you to clear all the content in the game incredibly smooth. If you want to know the main stats I would focus on for Bennett is energy recharge, hands down. I think that's the best thing you can do. For Fischl, it's attack and electro damage, and for Barbara, it's HP. Simple as that, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below what team you're running with your Xiao, or what team you would like to run. Maybe we could switch ideas and improve our teams. With that being said, guys, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on bell notifications. And now let's take a quick look at the buffs that we use with this team. Kicking things off with Bennett. As we know, his ultimate will buff Xiao's damage. So if we look at Xiao's current attack, we have 2,500, a flat 2,500. Pretty nice attack. But now let's see what we can do with Bennett. If we pop his ultimate, we go back to Xiao, and we look at his attack, we are now sitting at 3,600, over 1,000 in attack, just from Bennett's ultimate. This will allow you to deal a lot of damage with Xiao. It's a very good way to boost your damage. But wait, there's more. If we switch over to Barbara and we pop, her attack just to have it on there, and we go back to Xiao, we now have 4,111. So we're clearly sitting over 4,000 attack with our main DPS while still having multiple heals, another DPS on the field in the form of Oz, because in my opinion that's like having a soft DPS character with you, and we're dealing insane amounts of damage. So from a buff and actual number standpoint, this is what you could look at. I'm not talking about these numbers, I'm talking about the buffs. You are seeing a damage increase, so overall you can expect this when you run this team. You can expect to always have a buff, whether you have Barbara's buff or whether you have Bennett's ultimate. You will always have a way to have a little bit more than the initial attack you start off with. Alright, now we're going to test it out against a level 93 Cryo Regis Vine. We're gonna see how fast we're able to get it out the way.
Disappear. Worthless. Foreign. Useless.
There we go. Alright, now let's try this against a level 93 Pyro Regis Vine.
Let's dance. Shadow Raven, let night.
Useless. Useless.
Alright, now let's do level 90 Storm Terror. Let's see what we can do.
Evil conquering, worthless. Come by. Well,
Alright, now we're going to be facing off against level 90 Child.
I promise I'll be gentle. Passable effort.
Let's dance.
You've made some progress. Not bad. You've got a trick or two.
Everybody stand.
Evil conquering. Here. Oh, you
Wings of darkness. Let's light it up.
useless.
Ah.
Get out of my way.
Come on. We can do it. I'll protect us. I'm going in.
Lament.
Against the brand new boss, the primordial Bishop. I want to show you how fast we can take this guy out. We do have buffed food, which are the ones I'm going to put on screen, but I do want to make sure you guys know we have it active. But I just simply believe that, you know, if we're going to be running and fighting bosses, this is something that we kind of have to run. You know, like we kind of have to have food, because if we're not running foods and buffs, what are we really doing?
Here.